$16, and it has a little stand. $16 and it includes a stand, right? So if we go with this one, let's get rid of that. If we go with this one and we include the 3 brushes extra, and we go $14.99, right? Cheaper than this guy who just has a stand and he's everywhere. Cheaper than that guy just a stand, and we got 3 extra items, $14.99. Do you think we can sell this milk frother? I think we can. There is no guarantee. That's why I'm going to drop ship it for free first before I decide, oh, I'm going to go source this from China like a complete moron. I mean, so that's going to be the very first thing I would do. And then I would go ahead and check out who's selling one that includes a bunch of stuff. So this guy is including a little cup and some little tags, which I don't know if those make sense or not with the product, but whatever. Okay, here's someone who has a base. Might be a cool charging station. Where's another $20 one? $14, and he's got a USB and then one extra thing, right? 2 ones, $16. Looking for that $20, another $20 milk frother. $16, he's got 1 extra blade. So look at all these guys that are $15, $16. They're really only including rather a stand or 1 extra part, right? 1 extra part's literally all you're getting when you're paying $15 or $16 on Amazon. So we can undercut them, all those $15, $16 guys, by $1, right? And we're going to let people get 3 extra parts with their thing. I got a really good feeling about being able to sell this product. Then we're going to go ahead and list this one for $15.99. The same price as all those $15.99 guys, but we're also going to include a base and 3 extra tools, right? Very confident we'll be able to sell that. And if you look, this is the single one, a double, and a triple. I guess the more you got, the easier it froths, or maybe more powerful it is. I don't know. I don't understand how that works, but obviously there's science to it. But I would go ahead and list this one for $14.99 and this one for $15.99. Now, what is our profit margins going to be via drop shipping if we list this one for $14.99? So if we list it for $14.99 in this category, it's going to be 15% seller fees. So if we're selling for $15, 15% seller fees on top of $15 is going to be $2.25. So $9.25 plus $2.25 is $10.50. $11.50. So if we're paying $11.50 and selling it for $15, that's about a 30% profit margin, right? Yeah, about a 25 to 30% profit margin. I like this product, and with this one it's going to be around the same, around 30% profit margin. That's really good, and I'm going to be able to drop ship it. And when someone wants to order expedited, I'm going to be able to, let's say I charge $15 for expedited. When someone orders that, my margins are going to be way more than 20 to 30%, right? That's going to help increase your a better bottom line with that extra shipping option. So let's say I list this product. I'm going to use this as my main keyword. Next thing I'm going to do is cross-reference it on Helium 10. I'm going to do all that super in-depth stuff for creating my listing, right? And we go over creating a listing in different videos. So skipping this creating a listing part, I got my keyword, I got my product, I got my price. Now I want to say, okay, let me see about sourcing this from China later. What can I do, right? Can I make more money if I send it to FBA, or am I going to make a better profit by just continuing to dropship it? So let's just have a look. 7-year verified supplier rate here. Okay, it's the stainless steel. I thought this was going to be the one we're looking at. Here it is right here. 1 year, okay, 1 year, not that great. I want to look for a supplier that's got at least a couple years under their belt. I like that's the stainless steel one. See, there it is. I found it. Literally this exact one. Are we not looking at this? Right there. Let's have a look. Let's go over to the one with the base. Is this not literally this exact product? That's literally exactly what we just found on AliExpress. So this is a supplier that's drop shipping this product. They're charging you $10. If you get it from Alibaba direct from manufacturer, they're selling it anywhere from $350 to $370, right? So let's just say you want to order up 120 units of this one, $370 a piece. After you get it to sell on Amazon, after you got it ranked, after you got this thing crushing it, and this is only a 1 year seller. If I keep digging, I bet you I can find this for like $250 from a better supplier, right? Maybe down here I'll be able to see one. Okay, so if I was to keep digging, I'm 99% sure I can find a better supplier with a better price. But let's just say for the sake of this video, we're looking at paying, we don't want to order 500 plus, we want minimum 120. We're going to pay 370. What's our profit margin going to be if we sell this, right? If we sell this on Amazon using FBA. So if I open up, let's open up one of these milk frothers. How about this one? Just going to grab these SIN and do the Amazon FBA calculator. So I'm just going to do that really quick right here. If we are going to pay $370 a unit, $370 a unit from this Alibaba supplier, I want to see if my margins are going to be above what I'm getting as a drop shipper. So I'm just going to search that. Found that product. So item price. We're going to sell it for $14.99, right? The one we're looking at, $14.99. And instead of adding a ship cost, I like to just add, I'll just ballpark it what I'm going to pay for shipping on top of those units. So if we're going to pay $80 shipping for 120 units, and then we're going to pay 10 cents a label fee for 120 units, so we're going to pay $12 plus $80. Let's say we're going to pay $100 shipping, right? Let's just say we're paying $100. So if we're paying $100 on 120 units, that's like adding 90 cents a unit here. So we're going to be paying $4.60 a unit instead of $3.70. This is just ballpark figures just so we can do quick math, right? You can even round up a little higher. Let's say we're going to pay $4.80 a unit. So if we're paying $4.80 a unit after shipping and all said and done, obviously the more you buy, the lower, the better you're going to get here, and also the better it's going to be with shipping costs. Because if shipping 120 units is going to be $90, shipping 240 units won't be $180, right? Depending on the supplier. So I'm going to go back here. Oh, ship to Amazon 0. Our cost of product is going to be I'm going to go to 480, like we said, and I'm going to calculate. Okay, cool. Net margin's around the exact same, 30%. So let's say we could get this from the supplier and get them all the way down to a cheaper price. Let's say we want to order more units, and then we factor in our shipping, and we're paying $4.20 a unit, selling for $14.99. What happens? 35% margin. So obviously, other than the difference of getting access to Prime customers and getting that Prime logo, the only difference is a 5%, around a 5% margin. It's totally, and this is where you can pick and choose and make your executive decision. Do I want to send this product to FBA, or do I want to keep using it? Like if you got a reliable supplier from AliExpress and they are connected to the manufacturer and they got unlimited units of this thing and they can continuously ship it out within the respected time frame that you have in your Amazon shipping templates, I don't see why you would source for FBA unless you know for a fact it's going to have a massive spike to your sales volume. Let's say you got the product to start selling, because some are a hit and miss. Some products I can get on Amazon and have shipped from United States, and I get these things to sell really well. They get ranked, they start getting reviews, and I get them under like 20,000 sales rank, under 30,000 sales rank. They're selling every single day, and I'm getting 20, 30, 40% margin drop shipping. So if I can get, 10 or 20% more margin drop shipping, and let's say by drop ship or by FBA, if I can get a bigger margin with FBA, and let's say I'm capped out at let's say I can't get it to sell every day, but I got it selling a couple times a week, then is probably a strong indicator that sending it to Prime might take you to that next level, right? So if you're only getting it to sell a couple times a week, even after a ton of work doing the dropship method, at least you've proven validity. You've got the thing to sell. You even got a decent sales rank. But if you start to cap out at a couple a week, but you're looking at your product going, it's selling, and once you get the product to start selling, all the shit we were looking at before comes to truth, right? It all comes to fruition. The fact that what we chose for our price, what we chose for our keyword, what we did with our listing and our description, all the stuff you believe that you are going to put into your listing to get it to sell, and what normally people will do and then go buy it from China and send it to FBA before even selling the thing one time to prove validity. You'll be able to have all your ducks in a row before making that final executive decision to go FBA. So once you got all that stuff all lined up, everything is good, but your product is maxed out, let's say a couple times a week, or maybe even like once a day, and now you know the product is proven, the product will sell. You even got a 4 or 5 star, couple 4 or 5 star reviews. Then is when you would probably want to go FBA. But if, let's say we did this with FBA and the profit margin was, let's say I did this and the profit margin was like way less. Let's say that I'm going to get less margin and I'm able to sell this thing multiple times a week or every day. right? I'm probably just going to go and list some more products to make more money, right? I've scaled up that product to, let's say, a 35,000 sales rank. It's selling a couple times, once or twice or 3 times a day. My margins are 30%. If I send it to FBA, I might be able to get it to sell 10, 20 times a day, or maybe even create a bestseller. That'd be the only time I'm going to go FBA, but the margins also have to make sense, right? Margins, you have to factor in the margins and how much more sales you think you can get with Prime. Otherwise, just keep drop shipping it, right? Like I said, with the drop shipping model, you can get 50 to 100 products listed in a month, and a lot of them selling with little to no PPC, or coupon launches, or Google display ads, which are actually my favorite. You can continue dropshipping and scaling your store way up. So like in 6 months, you could have 1,000, 1,500 products listed. Let's say 20% of your inventory is selling weekly, and you are doing it dropshipping. You didn't spend to have 1,000 or 1,500 products listed via FBA, and you got to send in at least 100 units per product to FBA. Let's say you get 100 units and you got 1,500 products. Who has the funds, especially in the beginning, to source 1,500 products and send 100 units of each into FBA? It is not at all realistic. But with dropshipping, there is literally no limit. You can list as many products as you want, test the validity on as many products as you want, get as many products as you want to already start selling, proven to you this will sell, and then do I want to do Amazon FBA or not? These are the decisions you want to be making. This is the method that you want to be using for FBA in 2020 and forever beyond, right? So, and also with the AliExpress dropship method, SkewerGrid works for monitoring your inventory and pricing for AliExpress. This supplier ever runs out, you can probably find another supplier for the exact same item on AliExpress, right? SkewerGrid works to monitor your inventory. Next thing you want to do when registering a brand with Amazon, the first thing you need to do, what I like to do is I will pick a major category. So if we're doing kitchen and appliances, I'm probably going to look up a brand name related to that entire category. Because if you get a product to start selling really well, you might start picking up some piggybackers or hijackers, right? You don't want that. And to be able to protect yourself, you got to register a trademark and then register your brand with Amazon Brand Registry. Cool thing about that is this method is you can get your product to start selling, but you need to don't just list it as unbranded or something. List it under your brand. If you have an existing brand already on Amazon, use that. If you don't and you want to register your brand later, you want to get some products to start selling first with this method, then you can get some products to start selling. Use a brand name that is universal to one entire category. Use a brand name that's relevant to the entire category so you don't have to pay $500 plus for every single brand you trademark. So if I wanted to do Kitchen Mania Home, I know it's a piss poor brand name, but if I wanted to do that, so I would search it. Okay, cool. I can register this in these 3 locations. So if I wanted to do this item right here, and it's under the brand name that makes sense, right? It's a kitchen product, and my brand name is related to kitchen stuff. I can go ahead and list any amount of products I want under that same brand name, and not have to pay to register multiple brands, right? If you're jumping into a different category, you're going to need, like if I'm selling sports and fitness, I can't use this brand name. It doesn't make sense, right? It's not optimized. It doesn't make sense. It's not related to the product in any way. But if you choose a category relevant, an entire category relevant brand name, you will be able to save thousands and thousands of dollars, and you'll be able to register all of your products under that one brand name, which saves you time, money, effort, everything. Crazy thing is, 90% of sellers on Amazon, FBA sellers, are not doing the first method we showed in this video, which is drop ship to FBA or drop ship no FBA, depending on your final choice on that product. Next thing is universal brand names, category universal brand names, right? A lot of sellers will do one single product and they'll get a brand name for that one product. And then they'll spend $5,000 to order 1,000 units, and they'll spend $500 plus to register the brand and trademark. And rather they get the product to sell or not, rather they end up getting it where they wanted to get it or not, they've spent at least a few $1,000s on a single product. And then they want to go list their second product, then again, they're going to need money for PPC, money to order from China, and money to register yet another fucking brand name or trademark, right? It's just so stupid. And the crazy thing is, 90% of sellers, this is what they do. This is literally what the majority of Amazon FBA sellers do. They're all brainless. I mean, a lot of FBA sellers can do really well, and I'm not bashing FBA and I'm not bashing other Amazon sellers, because I know a lot who do really well and they do that exact thing. They get 1 or 2 products in a month and they test it, they spend all their money on PPC, they get the product to sell, and they do well. But a lot of new sellers are trying to follow those footsteps, and that's what pisses me off a bit, because this is the method you need to be using. You're going to save all your money, all your time. You're going to prove validity, prove that the product will actually sell. You will get the product to actually start selling right in front of your eyes for free, right? Or for very little PPC. If you can't get this thing, if we can't get this milk frother to sell with this keyword and what the description and listing I'm going to do at my price and all the research that goes into this listing, which costs me nothing, then I might run a little bit of PPC, or I might run a Vipon coupon launch, which is my favorite coupon, is Vipon, or I will run a Google display ad, or I will put it on the Facebook Marketplace for free, right? Put it on the Facebook Marketplace, and when people want to buy it from you, then you say, yes, it's brand new, and I also sell this thing on Amazon. I made like five sales for my smartwatch on Amazon, on Facebook Canadian Marketplace just the other day, right? $0 in advertising, and I just got 5 sales for that product, right? Full price on Amazon, and it's being dropshipped from AliExpress right now. I'm not taking that smartwatch to FBA because the profit margins drop shipping. I'm paying $10, selling it for $25. If I source, that's like, my margins are huge. If I'm going to source for FBA, I already contacted a supplier. If I source it for FBA, my margins are going to be like 22%. My margins right now are like 50, somewhere around 50. So why the hell would I take a 30% hit when I'm selling the thing every single day? Right? It's selling multiple times a day now. Sales ranks under 200 in smartwatches and under 3,000 in watches, the entire category. It's selling multiple times a day. I mean, if I got it sent to Prime, my margins would take a hit, but I might be able to sell an extra 5 to 10 or 15 units a day over time as selling at Prime. So if I'm able to make an extra, I'm making like $13 a sale right now. $13 profit per sale. If I send it to FBA, I'm going to be making more like $7 per sale, right? So that's a 50% cut in how much profit I make per sale. If I can't make at least double the amount of sales, right? If I'm selling it 5 times a day now and I can't sell it at least 10 times a day with Prime because the margins are smaller, why the hell would I do it? So I'm going to continue to do that one drop ship, and I'm on to more products. I've already listed another 24 products since I listed that 1 month ago, right? This is the methods you guys want to be using. So like I said, with the universal product category brand name, do that. Make sure you got some products selling first. If you already got a brand name, great. Make it universal to an entire category so you're not spending $500 every time you want to sell another fucking product. Next thing you want to do if you have not registered a brand yet, first thing you do is trademark register your trademark, get your trademark done. It'll cost you at least a few $100s, upwards of $5+. And then Amazon brand registry. So you log in with your typical Amazon Seller Central login, and then you're going to submit your trademark and all the documents related to your brand and your active registered trademark, right? And then you will be able to, now because you've already listed your product, and you got it selling, and if you have not registered the brand that you're selling that product under yet, the good thing about Amazon brand registry is after you register your brand, if you do this after you do the product, you can then add that SKU or UPC to your brand registry by adding it into your brand registry dashboard, by adding the product manually. Amazon will ask for some information about the product to make sure that it is actually under that brand. But the good thing is if you already have your brand and manufacturer, or your brand name on Amazon is the brand name that you've registered in the future, right? You got to line this stuff up. You got to think long term. So if I'm going to do Kitchen Mania Home, I better have listed that milk frother under this brand name, because if I want to register this brand name on Amazon later, after I do that, I will be able to take that milk frother, which is, guess what? Listed under that brand name, right? This is the stuff you guys want to do. So any questions, make sure to drop them below. I might do another do another from scratch brand listing research methodology, this entire process over again for a few more products in one. I'll cut out the SKU grid, trademark, and brand registry for a future video, and I'll literally just do some research for you guys so you can get a deeper understanding of how to find these products and how to know your pricing, research methodology, keywords, how the most important stuff to get your product to sell, right? I can do more of these videos, but if you want them, you got to let me know below. Otherwise, I'm not going to be doing more of these videos. You got to let me know. And any questions you have regarding these processes, make sure to drop them below. And that's about it for this week, guys. Peace out, and we'll see you next time.